I wanted to come out here because, again, after I requested this a spiritualist that I'm not going to name her name to keep her image private. I had made prior videos explaining that this spiritualist goes online and she projects and talks about me without saying my name and saying that I would do these outrageous things to my ex and things like that. I want to be and say this very clear. I'm gonna ask you, I explained to you, there's video part 1 and video part 2 in my channel that talks about concerns on a prior video of things that she stated and why I commented on her channel. I no longer have services with you, and the only reason why I watch your channel is because I watched you for 5 years. I'm a consumer. I have no interest on harassing anybody or doing none of these outrageous things that this person is saying online. I just want you guys to listen to the things that she says. I'm gonna play it, so bear with me one moment.
Community is the...
And I'm very quite concerned as of why somebody would be talking about slaughtering anybody or saying things like this to anybody. I'm just very extremely concerned. Like, listen to this stuff.
You go, and then he goes, no, I won't.
Where is the part where she talks about somebody getting slaughtered? Well, we'll play that later, but she talks about how somebody wanted to get somebody slaughtered in her channel. Yeah, here it is.
Is supposedly helping others. They do a service for others. This person hates your guts and wants you taken down. This person wants to hurt you. Do you see the bubbles around this kid? Somebody wants to burst your bubble. They want to like wipe that smile off your face. They hate that you're happy and that you're gleeful and you're joyful. They hate this. They want it to stop today. They want to shake you like a rag doll. Junk food. I was just so happy to see her. Before he would only do it at night. So keep your eyes peeled, whether it's a good stranger or a bad stranger. Avenger, memory, resolve, hatred, plotting. Butcher, ruthless, cruelty, slaughter. Somebody wants you slaughtered.
So just right there, I'm very concerned because 5 years ago, when I was friends with the spiritualist and we were literally friends, like she had knowledge of everything we knew, she would have never said these atrocities online or even inflict mental illness on people. Like, I'm gonna show you guys, I do have mental illness, but I have my medication. And the reason why I am showing this to guys is because she goes online and she says things like what I am about to play, that I am very concerned that she would even say these things. There is a video part 1 and part 2 in my channel that talks about my ex and the situation. So my ex had cheated on me with a 4 times registered felon that is 22 years old and that broke me and my ex up by forcing a pregnancy. Now, she states in her channel that he was dating somebody else. Now, this spiritualist, she's aware that he was in an engagement with me and in a situation with me that was serious. She actually took payment for readings to help me in my love life before I became disabled. And she's aware of all this, so I'm not sure why she's, saying what she's saying. But anyhow, I'm gonna play this so that you guys make your own discernment as of why this person is saying this crazy stuff.
Sunday tarot messages for the collective to carry over for the week. Right track. You're going in the right direction. So, as the baby says, stop. That's how he makes fun of me. Okay. All right, let's go to another deck. Arrested. Let me see why.
Here we
You're
go.
an entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. So hum, sing, chant to manifest better. Focus on the good things. Focus on where you're going, what you're trying to do, instead of like the small things that really don't matter. Like, move on from all of that. All right, let's go to another deck. I did the Archangel Michael deck. Let's do these. What does the collective need to know right now? What is it that they need to know or be aware of currently? What is it? Bad news. I love you. Police station. Wow. Someone's getting arrested. Let me see why. Somebody's gonna have to go to the police station. Let me see.
So you guys, I'm gonna pause it here, but I want you guys to listen to the things that she says because she's clearly talking about me without saying my name. I am not gonna say her name either because I don't think that's right since she's a public figure. But I would appreciate it if she stops lying because there's just a couple of points here that I'm going to clear the air on. But I'm just hearing this and I just really think that, or will she has mental illness to say the things that she says, or will she really needs help? Look, I don't know. I'm just a Christian, and this thing that she's saying, look, I have not spoken with my ex since, February of 2025. And I have no intent to talking to my ex, but let me just play it for y'all, you guys, so that you hear the outrage, like this is the horrible things that she says or that she tries to inflict or label me as.
We got bad news, police station, and I love you. Maybe somebody stole the ring that they proposed to you with. Let me get more clarification here. Somebody could try to hurt you, collective, because you don't want to be with them anymore. I have somebody that watches my channel that I blacklisted, and I don't know why, but I immediately thought of her just now. Please don't go over to your ex's house and hurt him or his pregnant wife.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right here because I'm very already irritated and very upset by what she's saying. So let me explain to y'all something. I would never physically hurt anybody or anybody that is pregnant. I am completely done with my ex. There's no protective order. There is no restraining order. There is a legal settlement, a discharge settlement, a non-disparagement settlement in between me and my ex, which means that my ex had gaslighted me for 3 years, caused me permanent and future damages, and even put me in the hospital and caused me mental crisis episodes when he committed adultery that caused me to be partially deaf in my right ear. I also inherited persistent depressive disorder over the incident, and that is why I show you guys that I am under psych meds. Now, just the fact that she says that she blacklists me, okay, you have the right to blacklist me, not like me anymore. That's your free will. I understand. I had apologized to her because I didn't know that I had bipolar disorder. And so when you have bipolar disorder, you experience something that's called manic episodes. And I have explained to her that I didn't even remember the things that I said to her because I was under a manic episode. And it was not until now that I am obtaining medication for my manic episodes. So that's the reason why I had apologized to her, explaining to her and her family that I didn't mean any of the things that I said, that I actually revised all the emails and everything with my psychiatrist to confront my mental health. But anyhow, I'm gonna play it so that you guys can see that I'm not crazy and that she's actively saying things that I'm concerned as a consumer. Because if other woman goes through what I had to go through, you know, I purchased readings from this spiritualist for 5 years. And today I'm partially deaf. I have no husband, no children. You know what I mean? I have mental illness because I really, really seek her help. I really, really, you know, felt that she could guide me, that she could help me as a friend. And instead of that, she backstabbed me in the back. And now she says this type of thing. So I'm just going to play it again.
Please don't do this. I just feel like I have to say this. I just got this bad vibe. Please do not go and do anything to your ex or that pregnant woman, his pregnant wife. You need to move on. Don't do anything.
Your father.
Okay, 1 second, because there's a commercial. But basically, she is indirectly stating that I would hurt my ex or his, not job, new kid, 20, well, so let's talk about it. If there's anybody that would hurt a person, that would be my ex's new wife or whatever you want to call her, the homewrecker, because she's a 4 times registered felon. And she's the one that went to jail for physical battery, for physical assault. I don't have no interest on speaking to my ex or having nothing to do with my ex, lady. I have a non-disparagement settlement. If my ex was to come at my doorstep, I would present in court an injunction that he broke the settlement, and I would request back my $60,000 for all the damages that he caused me. But not only that, he will be placed under handcuffs because I will be pressing charges against him for harassment. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and play it and see all of these atrocities that she states.
The energy I'm picking up so strong is that this person messaged me apologizing for all the unaliving threats she sent me.
And this is how I know that she's talking about me. And I appreciate that she acknowledges that I had apologized to her. But here's the thing. She's forgetting to state that I was under manic episodes, that I didn't know that I had bipolar disorder. She can Google, that's an actual fact. I had manic episodes and then I did not remember half of the impulsive things that I had done under a manic episode. That's why I'm under psych meds.
And all the harassment she's been doing for the past 2 years, the hate messages that I never respond to.
Now, she states that I'm harassing her. That is false. I did a video part 1 and part 2 about that. I have not emailed her. I have not done anything since I've been placed under psych meds. Literally, I was under mental crisis over my covenant being broken into. So please don't believe that. I would never hurt anybody. I did apologize to her because obviously that is improper and horrible behavior to have. And as an adult, I accept that. And again, it's her free will to blacklist me and so forth. But please stop telling people that I would hurt a pregnant woman on things like that. Like, this is just so wrong. I am finding my solitude without my ex and restoring my life. I have no interest on a 4 times registered felon that entrapped my ex with a forced fatherhood.
But this is the thing that I just thought about, is that this person's going to get drunk or narcotic up.
And here's the thing. She's saying this person is going to get drunk or narcotic up. First of it all, I don't do drugs and I don't drink alcohol. I cannot drink alcohol or have any drugs. No. So that's never going to happen. So please don't believe this stuff because this is a lie. You know, I can go all the way. I can do a nail test. You can take a piece of my nail and my toenail and you'll see that I have no drugs in my system. You can do a hair test. I can pee on a cup. I can do a blood test. This is absolutely insane.
And go to this person's house. They have a restraining order against her.
So no, they do not have a restraining order against me because they live in a different county. What they have is a non-disparagement settlement. One, because, quote, he's not supposed to go out there and slander me and say the outrageous things that he's been saying. So let's talk about my ex and the person that she's talking about. My ex is somebody that believes his own lies, and in my opinion, he has narcissistic personality disorder. Again, that is my opinion, and I'm entitled to have it. My ex is somebody that lied to everybody about our 3-year relationship, who gaslighted me into marriage and to have children, is somebody that I cried in his arms because I wanted to have children with. We had planned our engagement and a honeymoon trip to go to Hawaii. He's a person that took me for all my money and for all that was worth. He's a person that committed physical assault to his ex-wife and punched her on the face, put me in the hospital, put me under psychiatrical bed rest for 9 months, and as you can see, now I'm under psych meds. This is a person that, because of him, today I'm partially deaf, and I have financial debt because of him. So at the end of the day, of course, the judge is going to put a non-disparagement agreement against him, because technically, if he was to break that, he would need to pay me back my $60,000, and I would have the right to press charges against him for harassment, and they would put him in jail. Now, I just want to say this very bluntly. My ex believes his own lies. He goes out there stating to people that I am not of American descent. I have over 100 years of American colonization heritage in the United States. I even have a park with my last name on it. Additionally to that, he goes out there stating that I was never his ex-fiance. That is false. If I would have not been in a real covenant with him, then we would have not been together for 3 years. We would have not purchased no engagement to go to Hawaii. We would have not done anything together. I wouldn't have a full tape of a phone full of evidence with photos and videos with you for over 3 years. You know how long it took him to get engaged with another woman after we settled in court? 4 months. Do you know how long it took him to marry this 22-year-old, 4 times registered felon? Well, it took him less than that. And so, does it bother me? Does it matter to me? No. But what it bothers me is anybody trying to state that I would hurt a pregnant woman or do this type of crazy things. My opinion is, I was already involved with him, and I had my covenant broken into. And she knows, the spiritualist knows, that that was meant to be my child, not this other woman's. So that is the only thing that we have. But for me to have a person saying these types of things,
she's already threatened. I'm scared that she's going to get drunk and go over there with a ring and propose to him, even though he's married. He was not married when he dumped her. He was just starting a new relationship with someone. So he said, hey, listen, I can't see you anymore.
So again, I am not going to go to propose to no man that has put me in the hospital in a tube to have a brain MRI done. Lady, you are so wrong to say these things, especially when I have kindly and politely explained to you what the situation is and what the situation has been. I was home wrecked, and I have no interest of dealing with him and his family. I mean, if he was to show up, probably that's for my benefit, because at least maybe I would have, the justice that I deserve for all the things that he did to me. And the only charges that I have are for misdemeanors that I have explained in videos 1 and videos 2. So other than that, I'm going to ask you again, and I'm just going to say this very politely. If you're going to talk about me, please talk about the things that I succeeded to help other people. Please do not talk about my manic episodes or my pain and grief and all the things that I'm going through. I do not appreciate that. And another thing that I don't appreciate is you trying to label me or categorize me as somebody that would commit physical assault on a person. I am a dog mom. I love my dogs. I love children. I obviously have bipolar 2 disorder, and I have made mistakes when I was under a manic episode. But no, I am not a monster, and no, I have no interest on going to my ex or having any dealings with my ex. He wishes that I was still in love with the monster of him. He wishes that I was in love with that monster. I am not in love with a monster. No, thank you.